Hey peeps, this is the Drunken Housewife review. Welcome one and all. I'm Ian, the host and husband.
Woo!
And this is Sarah.
I'm the drunken wife.
She's the Drunken Housewife. And today we are going to do a really great movie that we came across of. And how'd you hear about it?
I was just scrolling through Shudder and was like, Nicolas Cage, yes. Because I love me some Nicolas. I have loved Nicolas Cage since Valley Girl. Like, even though, I don't know who talked him into doing the triangle, shaving his chest hair into the triangle. Whoever did that needs to be shot.
I think that was supposed to be a punk rock thing because he was supposed to be a punk rocker versus the Valley Girl aesthetic.
I don't know, but it looks stupid.
Yeah, it does look stupid.
But I have just always loved me some Nicolas Cage.
But that does have our theme song in it.
It does.
I Melt With You.
It does. It does. Which our daughter sang in concert to tribute to us. It was a little weird. But anyway. So, yeah, no, I was scrolling through Shudder and I checked out the trailer because you can watch, checked out the trailer because I was like, Nicolas Cage, okay, yeah. And the trailer, I was just like, oh man, this looks so awesome. Because just the visuals in the trailer.
Yes.
Just the visuals in the trailer were like, yes, I need to see this.
It was really cool. And amongst all the crap that he's having to do for tax
Yeah,
purposes,
I mean, right now Nicolas Cage is like, do you want me to do an adult diaper commercial? I'm your man.
Exactly.
Because, yeah, he owes them, I think, his left testicle. I'm not for sure.
Pretty
so
much.
He's trying to keep his left testicle. Because
of
he just got remarried. Congratulations, Nicolas Cage, on your new marriage.
Well, hopefully she has a little bit of cash.
Hopefully this one lasts. Hopefully this is a keeper.
Yes.
Congratulations, Nicolas Cage.
Well, amongst all the crap, every once in a while there is a really cool movie. Like for every 8 or 9 crappy movies he's had to be in, one is just awesome.
This one, seriously, it's award season, and I have yet to see his name nominated. Because, seriously, this movie needs that Nicolas Cage level of insanity.
Yes.
That slow burn to nervous breakdown that he does so well. This movie was like made for it.
Yes.
So we don't want to give away too many spoilers.
Yeah, there's going to be a couple of spoilers.
So spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
We'll try to limit them.
We will try to limit them, but it's so hard to not give away spoilers in this because...
I could talk about this for hours.
This movie is like visually stunning.
And it's based on H.P. Lovecraft's short story.
It is, and most of the effects... Well, there's some CGI. You have to have some CGI.
They did limit it, though. They used it very well limited.
But it was very well limited. Go ahead and give the premise while I drink some more margarita. I feel I need more.
Yep, that's okay. Let's see here. Yeah, it's based on H.P. Lovecraft, and it's directed by Richard Stanley, which I'm really wanting to see more of his because he just did an amazing
It's an amazing
job.
movie.
Oh my gosh. And it's just like he has all these you could tell that he was influenced by some, because it has a little bit of David Lynch feel to it.
It does. It's a little Lynch-esque, yeah.
It definitely does, as far as it kind of flows into it's very, very subtle in places until it has to be weird.
And it goes weird.
Oh, yeah.
Dear sweet baby Jesus, it goes weird. But it goes weird in a way that you're just like, yes.
Oh, yeah. It's very, very slow burn. It's very subtle and things that you pick up, but it's so visually interesting that it pops out and you're able to notice.
So the premise is Nicolas Cage is the dad.
Yes.
And Jolie Fisher's the mom. And they've moved to, it's his family farm?
It's his father's.
His father's farm. Well, family farm then.
But
splitting hairs. Because the mom had breast cancer.
Yes.
And
she was just recovering from
so
that.
they needed to recoup financially, emotionally, physically, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So they moved to the farm. For I still have no idea why the dad decided he needed to raise llamas.
I think it was for extra income.
But
As in, he was kind of tired of what he was doing.
Yeah,
As in, that might be a way of income.
So he decided to raise llamas on this farm while the mom is still seeing clients virtually, online. I think we're all familiar with doing things virtually these days.
Yes, and they were trying to use that dish to, and
they had like a dish to, So anyway, so it's like this family is like trying to heal, but of course they have like 2 teenagers and a little boy. Who was the actor that they got to play the little boy?
Let me see here.
He was phenomenal.
That was Julian Hillard played the young boy. He's like 9 or 10.
He was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So they have 2 teenagers, a boy and a girl.
And they were played by, let's see here, Madeline Arthur played Lavinia Gardner, the daughter. And then we had Brendan Meyer playing Benny Gardner, the son. And they were typical arguing teenagers to a certain degree.
To a certain degree, because doesn't it open with like Lavinia doing some sort of like pagan ritual because she hates the farm?
Oh, she's Wiccan.
Wiccan.
It was established as Wiccan.
Wiccan. So she's trying to do like some sort of thing, like a protection thing for her mom, obviously. But then I want to get the hell off this farm thing because she hated being on the farm.
She enjoyed being in whichever city it was supposed to be.
Yeah. And then she meets dude who's there to study the water something, the water table. He's a hydrologist. There's a fancy word for it, hydrologist. Because I guess the town wanted to put in a dam that was...
Yes.
But it was going to, wipe out the family farm. Wasn't it? Because I know the mayor at one point in the movie, who has, one scene, God love her, there are no small parts, only small actors. Anyway, she
nailed it.
She did. She played the bitchy mayor quite well. Because she was like, yeah, because I remember her line was, you should have sold the farm to me when you had the chance, or something like that. So I guess this dam's going to wipe out the farm or something, or the area. I don't know. But anyway, he's there to do some sort of study for the upcoming dam that's going to go in. And that's important later. Mark this in your notes.
Very important. Very important. The water is very important.
Water is very important. Very, very important.
Well, the plot is where, I'll read the official IMDb plot. A secluded farm is struck by a strange meteorite, which has apocalyptic consequences for the family living there and possibly the world.
Ooh, yeah. Because, meteorite... Okay, so, mom and dad haven't gotten busy since mom had her mastectomy.
And having to deal with the cancer and all that.
And having to deal with the cancer and all that, which is so understandable. But they finally are, having their adult moment, and this meteorite just, boom, lands on the farm. And it lands, right next to their well. And, so of course they call the authorities. Hey, we got this, big space rock on our farm. But then it disappeared.
Well, I think it disintegrated with the rain.
Oh, okay.
Went into the water.
Okay, which is important.
Yes.
Water is important. So yeah, and then the media is trying to play dad off as this crazy person that
who had been drinking as well.
He had a bourbon. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
And
that was only in response to after it hit.
Yeah.
So he wasn't. They're trying to play it off as that he had been drunk,
drinking the whole
and then
time.
this happened, and so he didn't see anything. Nothing really happened.
Mm-hmm.
So they just kind of played it off as kind of a kook.
But then, the family drinks the well water for some reason, even though I notice in the sink they have running faucets and stuff. So I don't know.
Maybe it's hooked up somehow where they're able to pump it from the well into.
Okay, that makes sense.
Maybe they have both. Maybe they just had both.
But you slowly begin to see first you see the little kid, and this is where, what was his name, Julian?
Yes.
This is where you see, he is the first affected, and he does this creepy kid just perfectly.
Yes. He had a creepy kid down.
Perfectly. But he's the first, and he talks about like talking to his friend in the well. That he's hearing somebody down in the well.
Yes.
And they're all like, okay, whatever, kid. But then it's like slowly, like things, like everybody starts being affected in some way, shape, or form.
And it's interesting to see how they were each individually
Yeah,
affected.
it was just like this.
Everybody was differently affected.
Yeah, it's just like this slow, like burn thing. Like the teenage son is like his computer. You see his computer like messing up, and the mom trying to like deal with her clients, and her stuff's messing up. So that's like your first clue that like there's
Yeah, and then
going
Nicolas
wrong
Cage
here.
is watching the TV, and the TV,
And
is
TV
messing
starts
up.
fucking up. But like, and then you see him like go off on his wife, like just yelling at her about, you know, something about like the meteor put off this smell, like this cancer smell, like you're familiar with that, and like yelling at her, and you're like, dude, what's up? Why are you yelling at your wife?
Exactly. It showed like subtle
Well,
behavioral
yeah,
changes
you know,
that
you're
were,
like-
got increasingly weirder and weirder, affecting everybody differently.
But like, okay, so like the daughter Lavinia, has the hots for the
Hydrologist.
hydrologist,
And he is
and
yummy.
he is a cutie. He is a little cutie.
He is a little cutie.
And she takes him to see, because you know he was like, "Is there anybody else that lives nearby?" And they're like, "Well, we have a squatter,
Tommy Chung.
Tommy Chung."
Played the squatter. He was
And
awesome.
he's like this dude. He used to work for who? Somebody. So I mean, he was like a smart dude.
Well, I think he worked for the dad.
No, he worked for some company because he
Oh,
had like
okay.
all these. He again electronics, and then he was like surveillance.
What was cool is that he
And
kind
all
of
that.
went old school with the reel.
Yeah, the
tape
reel to
for
reel
the
tape.
audio.
That was kind of cool. But yeah, he so the kid, the teenage boy, takes him to see the squatter, played by
Tommy
Tommy
Chong.
Chong. And Tommy Chong's talking about how the water's all fucked up. I don't know what's going on with the water. You know, and he shows him like the water was like brown or something. I mean, it was like all fucked up. But like he's like your typical Tommy Chong's character is like your typical dude who probably did too much acid back in the day, and is like now really paranoid because he's got all these surveillance things going
But what's
on.
funny though is that he is always right.
He's always right. He, as you discover later, he's always right because he's talking about.
Oh yeah, he's really analyzing everything and
if
paying
you-
attention as in, with
Yeah.
everybody else, and not really paying attention. They're in their own little groove.
Yes.
But Tommy's like, he's on
there.
top of it. He's into it, listening to and noticing all the
Yeah,
changes.
and so but then you go back to the family, and I mean, like you just see this like slow burn of how it's affecting the family. I mean, like dad takes a shower and something comes out of the shower
it's like
head,
oozing
like
and
this
stuff.
oozy
It's
like
and it's like a oozing
blob
little
thing hits him, and then he like develops because he starts digging at his arm, digging
Oh,
in his
yeah.
arm, digging in his arm.
And like it's nothing too,
It's
because you
nothing.
can see where the
But
changes. Yeah.
Yeah, but then it's like that's when you start noticing like the changes in the family. And I don't want to give too much away, but
Exactly,
like
and the color,
the
color out of space.
The color out of space is this beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. You start seeing
you
it in
see
like
it-
some plants
yes.
and like little flowers growing by the well, but then it starts like affecting like they're growing tomatoes, and it starts affecting other plant life, like taking over other plant life because
Yes.
Nicolas Cage is like picking all the tomatoes, going, man, they're ahead of time. They shouldn't be
Ahead of schedule. They're a month
ahead of
early,
schedule.
stuff
And,
like that, yeah.
But then he bites into one, and he's like,
And they're nasty.
they're nasty, and so he bites into another one, and then he's just like throwing tomatoes like everywhere. It's like this tomato food fight with one person and the kitchen. But yeah, like cell phones start messing up. I mean, it's like you notice that, like the electronics, and people start losing time. Cause like the dad is yelling at him, I told you to put the llamas up, and he's like, I did put the llamas up. And that's when they like realize that like that was like yesterday or something like that. I mean, it's like
Exactly, yeah.
hours.
Yeah,
and
time
it's-
and space
time
is kind
starts
of changing
messing
as
up.
well. Yeah.
And I'm trying to like not give away spoilers, but like
Exactly.
shit happens with the mom where mom and dad have to leave.
Okay, well, we won't give away the ending, but one of the things I want to yes, very beautiful and things, and then just the color. Like I said, the shot with just amazing cameras and kind of old school, kind of slow pans and stuff to really let
It's
you
just
enjoy it.
your imagination, because like there are scenes that your imagination kind of takes over, and you're like, did I just see what I just saw?
Exactly. Yeah.
Did I hear what I, and yeah, but it's just so much was done with like visual things and
Oh, one of the things I want to say too
yeah.
is that I was able to watch this. We watched it first on TV together with just the TV speakers, but I was able to watch it on the computer with my headphones that are noise reduction, and you can even hear a little bit more. So if you have a sound bar or headphones, it's even better. Or if you can turn it up to hear all the little
Yeah,
things,
because there's
it's
just like
very, very cool.
because like there's
sound
one
design.
scene with the hydrologist
Hydrologist.
that like his jeep's going off and his lights are going off and
Yes.
but and then he's like not sure, it's like, am I seeing this, am I hearing this? It's like there's a lot that your imagination's going to add to stuff
Yes,
in this.
It does allow for that.
So yeah, because and it just like is like this slow build to the finale that by the time the finale hits, you're just like so overwhelmed with possibilities.
It's definitely an experience.
And and the hydrologist is like trying to save them. Trying to be like, especially Lavinia, because I think he has the hots for Lavinia. Lavinia definitely has the hots for him.
Yes, but it's not really explored as much.
It's not really as
as
explored.
it would in a normal
Yeah,
horror
it doesn't
movie.
become
It's
a
not really-
central
it does
thing.
not
Like,
at all. It's just kind of
It's just-
added a little bit.
yeah, it's just, I want to save this girl. I'm trying to convince her to come with me.
To it. Exactly. I mean,
Trying to
if
convince her
anything,
whole
just trying
family,
to
come
be
with me.
the
Let's
good
get away
guy,
from
yeah.
all this. But by then, like whatever alien thing has come down
It
with
is
that
happening.
meteor has just taken over them so completely. And in the case of the mom and the little kid, you'll see how completely.
Oh, yeah, let me add, it's definitely Cronenberg-esque. There are some Cronenberg-esque moments in this that will just, it'll just make your mind just
Yeah, it's
blow.
like there's some David Lynch stuff, and there's some Cronen. So you can tell that the director had like some influences.
Oh, yeah, he
in
was
his
astute.
choices.
He was astute.
And
Oh, come to find out, I didn't know this, but it's also produced by Spectre Vision, and Elijah Wood is involved in that.
oh, okay.
Little added tidbit. So there
Little
you
added
go.
tidbit. So yeah, like I said, I mean, we highly recommend this movie.
As opposed to the last one we did,
Yes.
we recommended not to see
Yes,
it. But
this
definitely
one is like 2 major thumbs up. It is amazing. If you like sci-fi, if you like horror, this is like that perfect marriage. I'm trying to think. There are moments in it that kind of remind me of The Thing, the
Yes.
Kurt Russell thing.
Yes.
There are like, yeah, it's beautiful, visually stunning. The script is tight.
Very, very good dialogue.
Nicolas Cage, I love Nicolas Cage. I mean, and this is just one of those movies where it's like, yes, this role was, I mean, just perfect for him. It was
Yes,
like,
one of his better. Yes.
if it was not written for him, it was definitely just one of those happy accidents that it was just perfect. I cannot see. It's like there are other roles except for the little kid. That kid did an excellent job.
Yes.
But the other roles, I'm like, yeah, there are other people I could, but the dad, the only person that could have brought that role to life was Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
There's just nobody else. He was amazing in this, but the whole movie is, like I said, visually stunning. The script is amazing. The acting is amazing. Tommy Chong is amazing.
Yes.
I'm in love with this movie. If it ever, right now it's on Shudder.
Yes, but you can rent it on different places. But it's we're not advocating for Shudder. We are not being paid by Shudder, but
Yes.
they do have a 7-day trial if you want to check it out for free.
Exactly. They do have a
But,
7-day
yes.
trial, but if you are a horror fan, Shudder is awesome.
Exactly.
Again,
Well,
we are
we're
not
being paid.
we are
at
not being
all.
paid by Shudder, but that's just where we saw this movie was
Yeah.
on Shudder.
So anyway,
I this on a scale of 1 to 10, this movie is like a 12 for me. It is just the first time I watched it, because I've seen it twice. I saw it once.
you saw it before me, didn't you?
I saw it before you, and then I'm like, oh my god, Ian has to see this movie. And so I was like, I sent the trailer to him because you're a flight attendant, so you're on the road a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, check out the trailer. Just check out the trailer because we have to see this movie together.
Oh yeah, and I just
And
totally loved it.
if you're not for sure, watch the trailer.
Watch
'Cause-
the trailer. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, because the
And see if
trailer
this-
alone is going to make you go, I need to know more about this movie. I need to
Exactly.
see this movie. And like I said, it's on Shudder right now. We are not being paid by Shudder, but you know, it's just one of those movies.
All right, we ready to say goodbye?
Sure, because I could go on forever about how awesome this movie is, but eventually you're gonna have to shut my drunk ass up.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this has been another really fun Drunk Housewife review of one of our favorite films. And
Yes.
I'm Ian, the husband, and this is Sarah,
The drunk wife.
the drunk wife, and we will talk to you guys later.